So as promised, this is the video of the 10 things that I wouldn't say hate, but more dislike about the Lance 650 camper. Again, a 2021 version of the Lance 650. And I brought along my sidekick, actually my wife, today for this video because collaboratively we came up with these. And so we're going to walk you through step by step each one of these things that we both found that were the top 10, and we'll just count them down from our gripes to our least favorite things as we go. So 10 things, and here we go. We brought our other helper as well here, our dog, but my wife is actually up here on...
His first gripe is that there's no cushy stairway for him to get up here to bed.
The static looks really awesome on your hair, by the way, so I'm enjoying that quite a bit. So our number 10, as we get into this, number 10 gripe is this closet in particular. Inside this closet, what don't you like, Jewel?
Well, it came with a hanging rod, and while it looks, I took the rod out because while it looks like there's a lot of space, anything you hung down to the floor, which didn't really leave you much room for anything else. So, you know, space is at a premium in a camper this size, and you got to make the best use of it. So I put those shelves in there, which actually wasn't the best setup because with travel they would shift and then all your stuff would fall out anyhow. But once you are, you know, set up at camp and staying there for a while, it did allow for accommodating all of our clothes and whatever you put in a closet. So that was just one little gripe, was the hanging rod in the closet seemed useless. So if you did really need to hang something, you've got a hanging rod here in the bathroom.
This is also an option from Lance, so mind you, it costs more to have that.
But it was useful, you know, in traveling. You can hang your coats, winter gear, a suit or a dress, whatever you might be traveling with. There is space to hang something versus that tiny little closet.
All right, so my number 9 gripe about this camper has to do with the water heater, and it's not in particular the water heater. And once I did get the water heater working, it actually works quite well. I did in another video about my loves about this camper that the water heater was actually grounding out on one of the electrodes and wasn't working properly for a couple of months. But once I did get it to work, it works exceptional. But there is one gripe about this inside where this water heater is. And I get that it's all one assembly in here, but in particular this button being inside of the water heater cabinet and not inside the cab. That water heater button is in here, and on a cold day when you want hot water, it's a lot nicer to be able to get to that switch inside. And I know it's just a little single pole switch, add a little wire, put it underneath in the cabinet where where you can access it, or on the back side of the water heater in there. Much better location for that. I'd appreciate to be able to get to that inside to turn the water heater on and off.
Our 8th gripe about the Lance 650 was how the table converts into a bed. So I'll show you how it works. You have to take the tabletop off. There's no place to store it, so we had to go outside and store it in the truck if we wanted to make this conversion. And then you have to take the pole out. It's easy enough, but it just got to be annoying.
Yeah, I like the actual setup of the table itself and how it slides back and forth and creates a little more room.
Which I can show that.
But converting it into the bed. So she's converting it into the bed here.
Yeah, so you have to take the floor piece out, and then it goes up here.
Like this.
Like that. And then this cushion becomes your bed. So the problem is we would use it for our dogs. We'd put a blanket over it and then let the dogs sleep up here at night. I had an 80-pound boxer, and inevitably by the morning this cushion would be falling off.
And the bottom piece, there's like little, show them the underneath of that, babe.
Oh, okay.
So there's little clips on the back, but it doesn't really secure. So it's kind of an annoyance. And actually, it would be a lot nicer if the table was used instead of that piece coming out of there to convert. So not the worst thing in the world. And then again, what do you do with the bed and the pole when not in use, or when it's in the couch? And we use the couch portion of this probably, what would you say, babe, more?
No, it's about 50-50, so it's definitely something you're converting every day. And then, yeah, go back out to the truck, get the tabletop, get the pole. You can see the bottom here how the slide mechanism works when you put it back on. It's very easy, but it's just inconvenient. You know, I have seen others where the table becomes the bed part, but I understand that would have been a smaller table and whatnot, but that was just gripe number 8. So gripe number 7 was the latch on the door. You know, at first you come up and you pull on it and you think it's locked, but it's not. You just have to think about pulling the handle away from the black panel itself. So until you get that finesse, it's just kind of a gripe because it doesn't work smoothly. The one thing that we discovered, this isn't a gripe, it was just a bit of a hurdle, was the key code. We love the key code now that it works, but they put the key code here on the latch and it was never working. And here, once we called the manufacturer and figured it out, Harry had to take it apart to find the real key code, which was on the inside of the mechanism and did not match the labeling. So that can happen once in a while, I suppose. And once we got through that hurdle, we really like the key code entry.
I'd like to have they make, I know the other wireless ones, they make a different handle for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because and you can't hardly open it easily if you've got a few things in your hands, that's for sure. So that's gripe number 7.
All right, so number 6. I love this magnet for this door. Okay, comes up, holds the door, work in here, you don't have to worry about it falling down on you. However, this door, watch that, this door down here, for the sewer hose. You open it up, and as you're fiddling with the sewer hose, you got this door hanging down, and you're trying not to get your hands or anything else dirty as you're doing this, or get any of whatever is coming out of that pipe on you. Put another magnet on here. I mean, what are they, a couple bucks? Just one magnet, right here. I even got it worn in, right there. All right, so number 5. The propane tank, propane actually works well, but this propane tank in particular, the gauge has never worked, and they're kind of useless in my opinion. You can put another gauge up here for $10 from Amazon. However, this tank in particular has, as you'll see, a welded mounting bracket on a normal 20-pound tank. Just put a normal 20-pound tank in here. And I get it, it's cheaper to refill a propane tank, but in a pinch at midnight when I don't have any heat, it'd be great to just grab a normal propane tank and be able to throw in there from like a Walmart or a gas station where they sell these propane tanks. So just put a normal mechanism in there, leave well enough alone, and just leave a normal 20-pound propane tank in here.
Our number 4 least favorite thing about the Lance 650 is the mattress. The original mattress, I think it's a typical camper problem where they're all very, very uncomfortable, so it was the first thing we replaced. So for an upgrade for $400, you can get a nice memory foam mattress. But if you look, this leads into our number 3 least favorite thing about the Lance 650 is you had to be very cautious about the size of mattress because of where your refrigerator is located. So look, you see there's no space between the refrigerator door.
Go ahead and open it up
which
there.
Opens like this. Okay, that seems okay, but the second you put a sheet or a blanket, then you're pushing down and opening. And it is annoying. It's pretty frustrating. So again, I know it's a small camper, and so they try to accommodate everything in here as conveniently as possible. I'm not an engineer. I don't know if it would be difficult to, turn the refrigerator 90 degrees so you can open it this way. I understand you'd have to do something with storage, but honestly, the storage feature up here with just the net was not ideal anyway. So if there could just be something done with this arrangement, it would alleviate a lot of frustration. That is a frustrating setup to work with. the refrigerator door opening over top of your mattress.
So number 4 and 3.
So really it led into number 2. We kind of overflowed here with our gripes. One led to the next. But the netting, it is a really cheap design. You know, you spread it all out, but you can see...
and I'm sorry, Lance, but your competitor I've seen has a better design on this with their overhead storage.
And, you know, again, maybe it was a weight issue. I'm not an engineer. I'm just a consumer who has a complaint in this thing. the cheap screws.
Well, less than a week, these screws pulled out, and there's nothing anchoring them into the paneling.
Nothing. So that's complaint number 2. It seemed like that was an oversight. It could have been better.
We'll probably end up building something better up there. All right, so number 1, and we're back outside, and I don't know why Julie makes me do all this stuff about poop, and I don't like dealing with poop. I don't think anybody likes dealing with poop, and that's a gripe. The sewage hose location. And I understand that the awning is a factory option that you add on the back. The back awning is a factory option that you want to buy. But why do I have to suffer for getting an option? So if you try to open this door to get to your sewage hose, you're not. So in order to get to it, you have to open this up, okay, up. Now I can reach it from here on the back of my lifted Tundra. To get to that, pull it all the way down. Okay, now I can finally get to the location of my sewage hose. Now I can finally get to it. And it's very frustrating to try and use this hook to get to the awning, to get to your sewage hose, to dump it, and you're always dumping it when it's on the truck. So to open the awning, to get to the sewage hose, put this somewhere else. Okay, so underneath here is kind of a useless storage that you could put the table leg and put the sewage hose, or something to store both would be great. In a different location, different spot, away from that awning. Please change that.
It is true that is the number 1 thing for both of us, because even though I've never had to deal with any of the poop stuff, when he asked me what is my least favorite thing about the Lance 650, that's what I said it was. Because I always felt so bad for him having to do all that work just to get to this sewer hose.
Yeah, so I guess those are our 10 things. Now, again, please keep in mind, it wasn't a deal breaker and wouldn't be a deal breaker for me buying this camper again and spending the money to buy it. However, just to fix some of the things that I think both of us would make this camper better and kind of bring it up. And I don't think that it would be that much more money on the factory's end to bring those things up. Would just improve the overall experience of the camper. Something really nice to put in the bed of a half-ton truck. So again, we both, I think, agree that we still love this camper. Where you can go with it, absolutely amazing. So those are our 10 dislikes, hates, I guess. Hates.
Maybe it was useful to someone who's looking to purchase, a future consumer.
Or play in the poop. I don't know. So, all right. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Please hit subscribe or like if you didn't enjoy the video. And we look forward to making more videos here about the Lance 650 and also some of our adventures as we go through using this and enjoying it.